everyone. My name is Lisette Valentin from Baja Properties.
So what is your name and where were you born?
I was born in Mexico City, and my name is Lisette Valentin. Sometimes they call me Valentine, sometimes they call me Liz, sometimes they call me Lisa, but my name is Lisette.
Okay. And at what age did you go to Phoenix?
I was 19 and I was traveling inside Mexico in another beach town in Oaxaca. That's where I met my ex-husband. My ex-husband was from Oklahoma and he was doing his master's degree in Phoenix. And I moved to the States with him to get married. We got married in Dallas. And then after a while, we went back to Phoenix, so we were going back and forth. And once he finished his degree, his master's, then that's when he got the job offer to run this American hospital down here in Cabo.
And was it easy to move from there to here?
It was very easy. My ex-husband was bilingual. I was bilingual. No, you don't need to be bilingual to move to Cabo. Everybody speaks English of somehow, some level of English. So it's quite easy. You know, we just packed our things, packed our car. We drove across Sonora and then down south to Guaymas and then to Polobampo, and then we took the Baja ferries and we went across to La Paz. We crossed the Gulf of Mexico, Sea Cortez, the Gulf of California, the Gulf of California, Sea Cortez. Now you know the president's changing all the names, so I'm a little bit confused, right?
Right.
So we went across from Guaymas to Polobampo on the ferry to La Paz, and then we drove down here. And when I got here, it was still very little.
What year was it?
2000.
Oh,
so that was 25 years ago.
Yes.
We barely had any grocery stores. You could see the cows running around.
Right. Barely any traffic.
We had a 2-lane highway. Now we have this huge 4-lane, beautiful corridor. We call it the corridor, the highway between Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo. So there are 2 towns. You know what's funny? When I arrived here, every single person that I ever met that came to Los Cabos, everybody was aware of Cabo San Lucas. I'm going to Cabo San Lucas. I'm going to Cabo. And it's they're not, I wasn't aware that there are several towns or 2 towns, Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo. So it's when I first got here, like everybody else, I moved to Cabo San Lucas.
Okay. And how long have you been Baja Properties real estate agent?
So I remember I was telling you about that I work in the timeshare industry for so many years. Then I started doing catering for a French chef for a while. I did that for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I catered to the rich and famous and to the not rich and famous also. Mostly in an area called El Pedregal, the Cabo San Lucas, which is like the Beverly Hills of Cabo San Lucas with these beautiful villas. And then I did that for a while, and then maybe 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, I met the Mr. Cabo, who is the owner and the broker of Baja Properties.
Very well.
So I told Mr. Cabo, he interviewed me, and I told him what I've been doing, which is customer service. I work in the hotel industry, I work in the catering industry. So everything related to catering to people, mostly foreigners, and then my experience with the timeshare.
With the timeshare as well.
Selling timeshares, which is very different than real estate, completely different. But all of that prepared me for this real estate career.
And not only that, living in Los Cabos also allows you to share, what you know about the beaches, about the secret places, the restaurants.
Yes. So because I've been here for so long. In my whole life, I only met a few people that told me that we've been here for 30 years, 35.
Wow.
I've been here for 20, almost 25. And I've seen the transition and the changes that had happened in both towns, Cabo San Lucas, San Jose. So actually, I arrived in Cabo San Lucas and I keep moving east. And I'm probably going to end up in Costa Palmas, in La Ribera, at the end of my days, I think. And I've been all over the world, and I would not live anywhere else in Mexico or in any other country Also the weather, the quality of life, the food is great, the lifestyle. I'm a very outdoorsy kind of person. So I've done everything possible you can do outdoors, right? Like off-roading, fishing, golfing, pickleball. I love swimming, I love snorkeling, I love scuba diving. I have jumped out of the plane many times, and right above the arch of Cabo San Lucas. So the quality of life, if you're adventurous, the quality of life that we have here is just like no other.
Unmatched.
Yeah, and you know the weather is really nice year round. Even when we have rain, like when we have storms, it's very enjoyable for us because we don't have it very much. And so all those things, you know, like the affordability, because you know places in the world that have this wonderful weather, they're very expensive. California is very expensive. Hawaii is very expensive. I could tell you now that we are like the new Hawaii because of all those things that I'm mentioning to you, but also because of the location, the proximity to the United States and Canada. It's even closer than Hawaii or any other, like closer than Costa Rica, closer than Nicaragua, closer than any other tourist or beach town that offers the same or similar as we do.
And what about the safety?
This is the safest place in Mexico. And we don't have a lot of the stuff that's going on in the mainland because we are separated from the mainland. By the way, we're the number one place in Mexico where more private jets land. No Cancun, no Puerto Vallarta, no Puerto Peñasco. Forget about Mazatlan. It means that speaks a lot of the safety.
Yeah.
If these people didn't feel comfortable here, they would not be here. They could go anywhere in the world and they chose to be here. So no shenanigans, no crazy stuff happening here. It's super safe. Los Cabos is the safest place in Mexico, and safer than many other places that I've been in the world. Like I don't feel threatened by anything here. Yeah, we're done now.